what is happening, people? What's happening, family? What's happening, those out there who are just saying what is going on in my life? Well, I'll tell you what's going on in my life right now is the Arrington Gavin show. Why? Because, well, I mean, I'm Arrington Gavin. I like to share a lot of things of what's going on in our world when it's related to politics, pop culture, the whole 9 yards. My friends, as always, thank you for tuning in to yet another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, on today's conversation, we're talking about tariffs. That's right, tariffs. It's a not really a new phrase, but it's been spoken a lot in the news lately because the new administration has signed tariffs, has signed that in regards to what was it, Mexico, um Canada. Oh, what were the other places? Oh my goodness. Canada, Mexico. I feel like I'm missing another spot, but I know for sure it was those two. And I'll explain a little more what tariffs are, how it can affect um those here in the United States, us citizens here in the United States. Also gonna talk about some more uh diversity, equity, inclusion conflicts. Uh Roger Goodell, commissioner of the NFL, has already spoken about the NFL's efforts to continue uh, more positive uh, avenues when it comes to diversity. And so he says, hey, it's not going to, be in any conflict on what the new orders that just came upon from the new administration. Let's see what else. A famous NBA great, the son of an NBA great, recently was charged on and he was arrested in a DUI and I think drug possession, specifically cocaine. I'll share with you later on the show which son that is and how this could maybe affect um his also famous father. Let's see what else we got going on the timeline today. Amber Ruffin, comedian and writer, host Amber Ruffin has recently been named as entertainer for the 2025 White House Correspondents' Dinner. I think that'll be quite interesting. Can't wait for that to occur. And then lastly, if we have some time, Fox News questions Beyonce's success after the Grammy Award, a multi-time Grammy Award winning, left home with some hardware at the recent Grammys of her country album, Cowboy Carter. There's still the debate on saying, is this really a country album? Should she really be receiving all this praise and, album of the year and this and the other? And look, I got something to say for all those critics out there because, look, I myself have been kind of on the fence about it being a full-on, country album, but I'll talk a little more on it. I am on the fence, on the side of Beyonce in this case. Great album, amazing artist. I mean, she has changed the game since the beginning, and so we'll talk a little bit more about it on the show. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, for taking just 1 hour of your time to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. As I mentioned before, we are a grassroots independent platform. We keep on growing each and every step of the way, just to bring you great content, great conversation, and just to kick back and relax and just give you something that you're not always seeing on the news and on TV. Yeah, we talk about news and politics, but we do so to keep people informed rather than keeping people choosing a side, right? The mission here is to continue sharing why being an independent thinker is so important in today's day and age. Also, what's right and what's wrong, fair, right? Fair-minded, and also just conversation, because I have folks that I agree with, I have folks that I don't agree with. But guess what? We always leave here as friends, no debates, no talking over each other. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. And then there's just stories where I'm like, look, we got to share about this, because the stuff that goes on in our world today, we got to talk about it. And so that's what you're going to be, that's you get to tune into here on this program. Look, multiple ways you can tune into the show. We are available on all digital and streaming platforms, the streaming platforms of YouTube, okay, YouTube and Rumble. YouTube and Rumble. All you have to do is just type in The Arrington Gavin Show. You can tune into episodes on demand on those platforms, and we drop new episodes Monday through Fridays, 5 days a week, as well as on all listening platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Odyssey. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. And you can also listen to us in if you happen to be in the metro Atlanta area, you can tune into us on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. That's right. We air 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM, as well as online WDJYFM.com. So multiple ways you can tune into the show. Before I move forward, I do have to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Ingenious Gin. That is right. Time to grab yourself a great beverage, okay, fellas? And ladies, by the way. Looking for a spirit as bold and refined as you. Introducing Ingenious Gin, crafted with precision, infused with exotic botanicals, and balanced for the perfect sip every time. Whether you're savoring it neat, mixing the ultimate gin and tonic, or shaking up a classic cocktail, Ingenious Gin is your ticket to a moment of pure sophistication. Experience ingenuity in every drop. Find Ingenious Gins at your favorite stores, or you can go online to ingeniusgin.com. You have to be 21 or older, in order to purchase. And again, this is the gin for thinkers, the gin of thinkers, the gin for thinkers of thinkers. It's an amazing gin. And look, I am a bourbon connoisseur. All right. I rarely had partaked at the time from gin until I had Ingenious Gin. I'm like, wow, this is smooth, man. It's a rose gold complexion gin. So a spin of the original gin, a unique spin of the original gin. And it's just, again, whether you want to drink it neat on the rocks or in a cocktail, it is so delicious. So my friends, again, please support this Black-owned, veteran-owned spirit company by visiting your local spirit stores or ABC stores, or you can shop online at ingeniousgin.com. Okay, please do me a favor, drink responsibly. All right, my friends, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. You are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What is happening, my friends? What's going on? Let's see here. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful wonderful day. Do me a favor, for those who are tuning in, follow us on our social media platforms. Okay, you can find us at the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as Substack. Okay, again, that is Instagram, Blue Sky, X, the letter X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as Substack. And as I've mentioned on the last show, we are now available on Patreon. So look, for $2.99 a month, you can tune into some exclusive content, commentary, stuff that I don't share at any of our digital or streaming platforms. Because look, some days I just gotta vent, y'all. I just gotta vent. So look, again, for those who are fans, please spread the word out. Look, we are on Patreon. We're gonna continue to build up that and give you some great content on that platform. So yes, we are continue to grow each and every step of the way, but we couldn't do without you all with the countless supporters that tune into the program. So again, I thank you. Look, as always, let's get it started with our quick fun fact of the day. All right, today's fun fact is: did you know that chickens are the closest living relatives to a T-Rex? Did you guys know that? Did you know? No, you didn't. You didn't. I'll say it again. The chickens are the closest living relatives to a T-Rex, which is pretty understandable because if you look at the body of a T-Rex, you look at the body of a chicken. All right, chickens have the feathers. They really, and then when you really shave the chicken, you know, them little wings look like little, you know, they look like little fat T-Rexes. Really, I mean, that body shape looks a little T-Rex. It's just, you know, one is shorter, one is obviously humongous. And so yeah, that is our fun fact. Just I'm literally multitasking. I'm on my phone sending out a text while I'm talking to you guys. Sorry. You know, I am a businessman. I gotta make these texts here and there. Because one thing, I don't know about you all, I have a lot of text messages, unread text messages that's piled up on my phone. I'm talking like I'm starting to get like really, really bad. Like I think I have a problem. Like I'm at like a little over 500. I know. Damn it, Arrington. Why would you do that? Why could you just check your stuff? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I need to check it. I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, I'll get back to that. And then I say that same thing with all my other messages until I'm like, oh, now 500 messages later, you never checked it. You need to check it. So yes, I need to do better. I need to do better. I am trying to. There we go. So yes, I need to do better with that. That was our fun fact. I know I'm all around the place right now. That is our fun fact of the day. Let's get it going with some of our top stories of the day. Look, I want to talk about tariffs, right? I want to talk about these tariffs. So first and foremost, I want to explain exactly what is a tariff, because that's what I had to remind myself is, okay, what is a tariff? What are they talking about when they say, okay, Trump with these tariffs and this and the other? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So let me go ahead and read you this article reported by the BBC. It says here that Donald Trump has agreed to pause imposing tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada after threatening to bring them in as about around a week ago. He had mentioned that. It says here that the president had said tariffs were needed to protect Americans from the major threat of illegal aliens and deadly drugs, including fentanyl, but will now delay implementing them after calls on as recently with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Mexican PM Claudia Sheinbaum. Now, it says here that Trump told the BBC tariffs on EU goods could happen pretty soon, but suggested a deal could be worked out with the UK. He also floated the idea of an additional 10% across the board tariffs on all goods imported into the US. So again, as I mentioned before, what is tariffs? What are they? Tariffs are a tax charge. Let me actually see if I can give you a better. Let's see. So they are a tax imposed on tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods, and they can obviously affect US citizens in several ways. Says here that he originally imposed a 25% tariff on goods shipped from Canada and Mexico. So a product worth $4 would face an additional $1 charge applied to it. There will be a 10% charge on goods imported from China, set to take effective let's see, early February, I believe it is. So I want to explain why, friends, this could affect us as US citizens. Now, in the beginning, during the whole campaign season, he was fighting for what? Living wages. He was fighting for, less taxes. He was trying to make America great again through a better affordability in households and families, right? Okay, so check this out. Here are several reasons why this could affect citizens. High prices for consumers. When tariffs are placed on imported goods, foreign companies often pass the extra cost on to consumers. This results in higher prices for everyday products, such as electronics, clothes, and cars. Now, in our local on our local news station, WVEC Channel 13 News, which is the ABC affiliate based out of here in Virginia, they put down a list of things that will be will cost a lot higher due to these tariffs. So let me pull up that for you, that graph for you all. So okay, it says here, okay, what products could be impacted by Trump's tariffs? All right. So let me pull that graphic for those who are watching, and for those who are listening, I'll mention it to you. Okay, fruits and vegetables, meat and poultry, vehicles and car parts, gasoline, tequila and whiskey. Oh no! As I continue, avocados, natural gas and electricity, cell phones, and computers. So I know what you're gonna say, Arrington. It's still so soon. It's only been what, not even 2 weeks into the new administration. I get it, but anything that is brought upon in the beginning of the during the first year of the administration, anything that's brought upon in the beginning, guess what? That doesn't just like end overnight. That doesn't just take, okay, this is not going to just last quarterly. No, once you put a stamp on that, that will last throughout majority of his administration. So in my mind, and I hope not, but this is going to affect you American citizens' pockets. All right, this is going to affect our pockets. It's going to affect majority of people. So we're mainly charging more in order to get to basically to do business. A lot of folks saying, "Oh, this is a renegotiating thing," and it could be. All I'm saying is that you gotta be upfront with the people that voted for you, Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, President Trump. You have to be upfront. If folks the whole time were saying, "I'm going to vote for this guy because everything is expensive. I'm tired of seeing eggs, the prices." Well, guess what, y'all? Eggs going to go up. Now, a patient person will say, give it time, because it's all about reevaluation, negotiation, blase, blase, blah. But all I'm saying is, when have America ever been patient with politicians, with our federal officials and leaders, local leaders, state leaders? When have you ever been patient? No one's patient. because they're like, okay, you got this many years, you got that many years. Why is it like, why was this done in his first administration? Why now? Why now? Another effect that it can cause is higher costs for businesses. So many U.S. businesses rely on imported materials to produce goods. So tariffs increase these costs. Companies may either raise prices for consumers or cut jobs and wages to compensate. Another thing is retaliatory tariffs hurt U.S. exports. Okay, other countries often respond to U.S. tariffs by placing their own tariffs on American goods. This makes it harder for U.S. companies, especially farmers and manufacturers, to sell their products abroad, reducing income and jobs. Why? Here's a part that pisses me off just with politics sometimes, y'all. Why is it that you have folks that will be the spokesperson for all this stuff? They do realize you're affecting working Americans. All right. See, people that serve in higher office, sometimes they have better job security than everyday people like you and me. And that's the God honest truth. So when you see things like that occur, that's what frustrates folks. It's like, wow, see, your stuff is either covered through this, through that, through X, Y, and Z. We're not covered. I work paycheck to paycheck. I'm barely holding, I have a few jobs. I mean, it's just, it just sucks the fact that whenever they make a negotiation, citizens have to face the have to face the bad effects on that, or the bad impact of those negotiations. We're the ones that have to put up with all that. And it's unfortunate. Protection on domestic industries, economic uncertainties. It's not okay. It's not okay. I mean, all I can say is, hey, look, let's stay patient. Let's see how this goes. But I remember there's been a few clips of roaming around social media where like in a hockey game, I think they were playing in Canada. When they play the U.S. national anthem, Canadians they boo. Likewise, in an NBA game, did the same thing. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why you would do things to, especially when Canada, Mexico, these are our allies. These are supposed to be like, hey, we cool. Why you gonna make stuff complicated to ruin those relationships? Why would you do that? And he's been actually criticized by members of his own party. I mean, leaders. Mitch McConnell has criticized him on multiple occasions. First thing Mitch McConnell criticized Donald Trump and the new administration is on the pardon of January 6th rioters. Keyword, rioters. They deserve the time. Probably, I wish they deserved even more, but they deserve the time that they're in. They don't need no freebies. They don't need no free handouts. But yet, what does he do? He pardons around 1,500 of those that swarmed the Capitol. Okay, that swarmed, and it was an insurrection to its fullest. They got pardoned. All right, so that's one thing that Mitch McConnell criticized the president on. Second thing is this: he's like, okay, you're trying to ruin a relationship with allies, and on top of that, too, people voted for you to make really produce and groceries bring it down a notch. It's not gonna happen. So one question a lot of folks are asking is like, why does Trump threaten tariffs on places like Canada, China, Mexico? Why? Hey, ask him. But until you guys continue to think on that, I'll read you a little bit from this BBC article. It's a promise that was said during the Trump campaign. He promised to introduce import duties against some of the America's closest trade partners. Trump said this will boost U.S. manufacturing. The tariffs will grow the U.S. economy, protect jobs, and raise taxes revenue, he argues. His administration says chemical used to make the drug come from China, while Mexican gangs supply it illegally and have fentanyl labs in Canada. Trudeau has said less than 1% of fentanyl entering the U.S. comes from his country. Less than 1%. Less than 1%. So he's doing all this because less than 1% that can cause havoc. Because he's like, oh, nope. It's more than that. It's more than that. See, when it comes to these stat sheets, man, they need to really be extremely accurate, because sometimes as a from the outside looking in, you don't know who's telling the truth. You don't know, is it 1% more than that? Like, who's telling the truth? Who's being honest with us? Because you do have leaders that are trying to protect their position, their seat. They're trying to hold onto their power. Let's see here. Want to see. I've already mentioned which products could be affected. Trump's tariffs products will be affected. I will continue to follow up more with this, because I'm new to hearing about, well, not hearing about the tariffs, but I'm new to just learning what these tariffs are. So I will digress from this story, my friends. I'm going to move on to another interesting story that has been brought across my feed. This one's quite sad, honestly. Why? Because no one wants to wish this on anybody. You hear me? No one wants to ever wish this on anybody. But recently, the son of Michael Jordan, you hear me? Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan, his son Marcus Jordan was thrown behind bars recently on a, let me bring up the mugshot. Hideous mugshot, by the way. Yikes. Whew. Bro, look like he had a rock star overnight. That's what I'll tell you. Let me go ahead and show you all this. Let me pull this image for you all, for all the fans, all those who are watching us at the moment. And by the way, Marcus Jordan, I think he really rose to fame. I mean, everybody's always known, okay, yeah, that's MJ's son, but I think he became more popular when he was close to getting engaged to Laura Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, which I know, yikes, I know, because, well, she's a lovely looking lady, but the interesting thing is like, ma'am, you are close to getting engaged to the son of one of your ex-husband's teammates. Now, there was obviously a huge age gap, but hey, he was feeling like the man. Okay, now there was some images. This was a while back. I want to say during when they had the Summer Olympics. There were some images circulating online of him enjoying a substance, sitting at a table. I won't go into details, but again, he was arrested for cocaine possession, and resisting arrest. So, and by the way, this is not to bash Michael Jordan's son, because we pray and hope that he can get help after this incident had occurred, because this is something that you're not proud of. Obviously, you're not proud of getting arrested. You're not proud of having a mugshot. You're not proud to partake in illegal drugs. You're not. And especially coming from, such a established family, a wealthy family. Now, look, I don't know what happens behind closed doors, right? People are probably saying, well, look, man, this man is Michael Jordan's son. Your daddy is a billionaire with a capital B. That's MJ. That's one of probably the greatest NBA star of all times, Hall of Famer. MJ, that's your dad. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Again, you don't know what's going on in that man's life. For one, the pressure it is to try and, I don't know, trying to live up to his father's name. Because I believe this was the son that played college basketball. His career never really went further than that. I don't know what he does for a living, or career wise. As I mentioned before, he's known for being Michael Jordan's son. So, he was also arrested on on a DUI as well. Says here he was arrested in Florida recently. He was booked into Orange County Jail, according to police records obtained by Orlando's WESH2. Jordan was arrested after fleeing a traffic stop. Police said they encountered Jordan when they saw headlights on a set of rail tracks. And Jordan reportedly asked for help getting into his blue Lamborghini SUV off the tracks after he made a wrong turn. Excuse me. An officer said Jordan's speech was slurred. He had blood clot eyes, smelled of alcohol, and didn't seem to know where he was. Oh man, that's scary. There were reportedly another passenger in the car, but they have not been identified. Now, the arrest says officers found a clear plastic baggie with white powder substance, which later tested positive for cocaine. Marcus Jordan is 34 years old, son of Michael Jordan, second oldest son, excuse me. He briefly played basketball at the University of Central Florida and is the CEO and founder of the Trophy Room, a retail boutique that sells footwear and apparel. In 2012, Marcus pleaded no contest for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest in Omaha, Nebraska. He was also charged with obstructing a police officer, which was dropped as part of a plea agreement. I mean, y'all, let me tell you something. Let me be the son of Michael Jordan. I'm joking now, but what I'm reading here, guys, it's a timeline of stupid acts. All right, I hope this is tough love. I hope this is an avenue for him to change his ways. I hope he can get help, seek help, and I hope he can get the help. Again, your father can obviously afford all the treatment and this and any other, and I don't know if his dad pursued that. I don't know. All I know is that you're 34 years old. You're lucky nobody was hurt. You're lucky you could have harmed someone else by driving drunk and just fully intoxicated. I mean, cocaine in the car, alcohol on the breath, bloodshot eyes. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. You got to do better. You have to do better. You have to. And see, this is the life of the rich and famous. You know what I mean? Like, this is the stories that you always scratch your head on. Like, how could this person? You have it all: the money, the fame, the women, you have a business. You're a CEO. You making your own money. Like, how could you? The nice car. You're in shape. You gotta, you take good care of yourself. Well, you look like you take good care of yourself. Like, how could this be? But again, my friends, we just don't know when it comes to mental health, when it comes to personal addictions. You just don't know what goes on in folks' life, especially when it comes for, people that are the high and mighty, the public figures of making so much money and this and the other. You just don't know. You just don't know. So again, my friends, those who are working hard in order to, see success, don't ever compare yourself to a celebrity. Because I've always said it like this: I want to be a quiet celebrity. I want to be successful behind the camera, or I don't want to be that like that A-list star. No. I'm having fun with what I'm doing now. Obviously, I want to grow this platform. There's a certain success that I want to pursue, but I want to make sure my family's taken care of. I want to make sure I'm taken care of. I want to make sure my health is taken care of. There are other things than let me live like the rich and famous. No, because there's always moments or stories where we hear about this: the son of such and such, or the brother of such and such, or the actual, the person who is, on top of the world hits rock bottom by doing this stupid stuff. You have the money to have a driver, sir. I mean, 34 years old. 34 years old, man. Like I said, I pray for recovery. I pray that he gets help. And yeah, I just, I'm glad nobody was hurt, but I hope this is an eye-opening experience. I hope this is, a wake up. I hope this is a wake up for him to change his ways, change his life. Just bro, you're MJ's son. Yeah, I can't. I gotta keep on saying that. You're Michael Jordan's son. Jeez Louise. All right, my friends. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna take a quick commercial break. I gotta take a quick breather. Gotta wet the whistle a little bit. Because I'm quite thirsty. I'm quite parched. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere again. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. What's happening, family and friends? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your host, your friend Arrington Gavin. Next up, I am excited to talk about this one because I happen to be a fan of the lovely Miss Amber Ruffin. She is a comedian, a writer, an actress, host. She hosted a late night style show on Peacock for about, I want to say, a few years. She's an award-winning writer and comedian, and she's currently on a CNN weekly show. I think it's called like Whose Line Is It? Let me see. Oh, I lied. I was totally off. Have I got news for you? And it's actually they just started like the US version because it's really originating from the UK and it was brought to the United States. It's a CNN weekly show. I think that airs Friday nights, if I'm not mistaken, Friday nights on CNN, and it's a way again for CNN and kind of just for one, build up ratings, to kind of compete amongst other networks. It's a comical show. I mean, I tune into it from time to time. The moderator is Roy Wood Jr., who I think is hilarious. I think he actually has a comedy special, I think currently on Hulu right now. I don't know the name, but just type in Roy Wood Jr., you'll find it. But she was also a writer for Late Night with Seth Meyers. And again, she's grown quite a successful career since then. And it was just announced that she would be the entertainer at the 2025 White House Correspondents Dinner. And this, my friends, is an event where basically comedians roast the hell out of your leaders in all states of the United States, the president preferably, but just everybody that works in politics, everybody on Capitol Hill. It's a dope thing. I remember Wanda Sykes done it many times. Who else has done it? Trevor Noah. Who else has done? I mean, so many people have done it. I'm just trying to think of some. I'm naming some of my favorite ones. But I'm biased because Wanda's from the Hampton Roads area, 757. So I'm biased on that one. But it was just announced. I'm reading this from Variety. Amber Ruffin will be the featured entertainer at this year's White House Correspondents' Dinner. The annual dinner is set to take place in April 26th in Washington, D.C. As I read this quote right here, it says, "When I begin to think about what entertainer would be a perfect fit for the dinner this year, Amber was immediately at the top of my list." Eugene Daniels, White House Correspondents Association president and political reporter, said in a statement, "She has the ability to walk the line between blistering commentary and humor, all while provoking her audience to think about the important issues of the day. I'm thrilled and honored that she said yes." As I mentioned, she's known for writing for Late Night with Seth Meyers and appearing with Roy Wood Jr. and Michael Ian Black on the comedy program Have I Got News for You on CNN. While we'll be roasting political figures in attendance. The president and first lady, politicians, and media are typically present at the annual dinner. Although President Trump did not attend the event during his first presidency, the event proceeds fund the White House Correspondents Association. Says here that her background of Second City hosted the Amber Ruffin show from 2020 to 2023. So that was the show I was talking about on Peacock. She has written for Detroiters, a black sketch show, and the Golden Globe, and Tony Award. She also writes for theater, previously penning a new book for the Wiz revival on Broadway and co-writing Some Like It Hot. She also is a podcast host of the Amber Ruffin and Lacey and Amber show together. Oh, let me say that title again. The Amber and Lacey and Amber show together with her sister Lacey Lamar. I will say this: she is a growing figure in the world of entertainment and comedy. Extremely intelligent. I'm curious to see if Donald Trump will show up this year at the Correspondents' Dinner, because maybe he didn't show up the first time because he can't take a joke because he's such a freaking crybaby. He will tweet on his Truth Social about, "Oh, the joke wasn't funny. I really wish they would have had this joke. I didn't think they were humor at all. It was just not funny. You call these people entertainers. You call these people comedians. I'm a comedian. All right. I'm a better comedian than her. If she makes money, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. I can sell out the arenas like any other. All right. Like, I guarantee you, he is not going to smirk at all during this White House Correspondent dinner. Shoot, Melania will laugh probably more when they're making jokes about her husband. She's gonna be like, ha, 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 ha. Like she really loves that man. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Again, I think it's a great opportunity for her. I think it's a great boost in her career, in her already successful career, but also a great push for CNN and the show, because that's exactly what they pretty much do on the show, is roast politicians on both sides of the aisle, which I think is great. And so I hope she keeps it very in the middle, even though I know it's going to be hard, especially if Donald Trump is sitting right next to you where you're standing. But I hope that she goes after both parties. I pray that she goes after the previous administration. I pray she goes after the current administration. I want her to really just go ham. Please, Amber. Everybody's depending on you. Please. But really, I think this is a awesome accomplishment for her, and we all should continue to celebrate this individual. And if she has any upcoming events or shows or comedy shows in your local area, cities, please check her out. Let me digress from this, and I really want to talk about these folks over in Fox News thinking that they know everything when it comes to music, which I think is hilarious, by the way. Because everybody's just still so bummed about Beyonce winning album of the year, and just all her success ever since she came out with a country album. Everybody's just been so excuse my French, just butthurt over the fact that she is killing the game. And she, if you listen to her speech, she said that, look, I'm just trying to prove that you do not need to be stuck in your genre bubble. If you are an artist, artistry is universal. Artistry means you can go to any genre, sing any genre you want to. Music is music. All right. Music is music. You don't, she is a pop star, R&B, gospel, country. She's proven that, look, I'm going in all, and artists do it all the time. Taylor Swift did it. Taylor Swift started as country and then went to pop, and she's strictly pop. But who am I to judge? She still has her sound. She has that Taylor Swift sound. That sound's just everywhere. I don't see the difference. I just, that's what people say. They say, oh, she's now mainly pop. Look, I can hear some popish in her songs. I hear country-ish in her songs. I hear it all. But yeah, Beyonce, she left home to go with album of the year. Somewhat of a controversial album because the debate was, oh, is this really country? Do you really consider this country? And look, I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I myself, and I was one of those folks that says, I hear some country songs, but is the album as a whole country? Right? Now, the question is, well, Arrington, what makes an album a country album? Well, like what makes it a country versus a non-country album? Like where's your expertise? But seriously, what makes an album country? Is it the excuse me, is it the instruments that is used? Is it acoustics, banjo? Is it the instruments? Is it the twang in the voices, who's ever singing it? Is it the theme of the songs? Like, what really makes a country album country? Now, I said this, this was her first country album, Cowboy Carter. So boom, it was called Cowboy Carter. She sports the cowboy hat. And people need to realize she's originally from Houston, Texas. She's a Texas girl. Don't get no countrier than that. I listened to the whole album, and maybe I need to re-listen to it again. But what I heard, I was like, I heard a few country songs that can be on the cusp, but I still heard like Beyonce's sound. Like it didn't seem country in comparison to like current country artists like a Lainey Wilson or a Chris Stapleton or a Mickey Geisen or a, like, if you play those, and I'm actually, Kane Brown, War and Treaty, like those are folks that are black country artists right now. Mickey Geisen, black. War and Treaty, black couple who is on the top of they are just beautiful voices. Chris Stapleton, not black, but he welcomed to all the cookouts. Kane Brown. Oh Lord, there were Jimmy Allen? I think his name is. Yeah, Jimmy Allen. So there's so many successful artists out there. If you play their music and then you say, okay, let me put on this Beyonce Cowboy Carter album, do you say both of these are identical? Not identical sound, but just, are these both could be country albums? And that was my whole debate, because I don't know if you can give it another, if she stays in this realm, or it's just hey, I'm just testing out the waters. I want to do this album just to prove a point. But it was a huge impact for a lot of folks because she brought in names like Shabuzi, a very successful country artist. There was another name who was a woman. She was African American. She was a known country artist. And here's the thing, folks need to realize, because they brought race into this whole thing as well. Country music was founded by black people. Sorry to break it to you, but I mean, you got guys like Charlie Pride. I mean, OG of country. Hell, Ray Charles was a part of country music. What? Yes. What is the gentleman? Oh, what is the oh, what is that man's name? Go Johnny, go, go. I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, let me go ahead and play this clip from Fox News criticizing criticizing Beyonce. This was on the Laura Ingraham, the Ingraham angle, Laura Ingraham, and another one of it was a, let's see, Ramond Arroyo. He's a Fox News contributor. This is what they had to say about Beyonce winning at the Grammy Awards, and they just said, "Oh, look, I'm obviously qualified. I can criticize her whole entire career." So let's go ahead and play that for you all, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Because the Grammys, I'm going to put this in some context, Laura. Dolly Parton has 10 Grammys. Frank Sinatra had 11 Grammys. Beyonce has 35. How is that possibly commensurate with that talent? I mean, come on. And what people don't know about the Grammys is everybody votes in every genre. You can vote in up to 20 genres. So basically, Lady Gaga's Cat Sitter votes for best reggae and best country album. So that's why you get this ridiculous outcome that has nothing to do with the country audience or the country musicians.
Well, got the best
because the Grammys.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, sir. I will say this: is it true that there are amazing artists out there that does not have a Grammy? Absolutely. I don't think Snoop Dogg has a Grammy. Chris Brown only has 2 Grammys. Katy Perry, as successful as she is, she doesn't have any Grammys. I think Diana Ross received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Grammys, but I don't think she actually won a Grammy. If I'm, I might have to go back on that. But there's many amazing. Charlie Wilson, I don't think Charlie Wilson has a Grammy. There's so many amazing artists that do not have Grammys. I was just talking about Babyface on the last. He has 13 Grammys. Beyonce has 35. Look, y'all. Everybody's going to have their bias against award shows in general, but don't try to bring down the talent that Beyonce has and that she's brought to entertainment. Okay, Beyonce was front and center. She led the group Destiny's Child to success. Now it was a team effort because everybody on that group contributed, but Beyonce took lead. Then she went solo and destroyed. She is the most winning. She's the winningest artist in Grammy history. In Grammy history, winningest female artist and winningest in general. All she does is win, 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 no matter what. In the words of DJ Khaled. So, Fox News is always going to criticize, in my opinion, folks that, well, for one, because she was, she endorsed Kamala Harris, so they're going to find a way to criticize her. They're going to criticize anybody that comes after country music, because country music is such a conservative genre. Country, every conservative network, they always talk to who? Country artists. Majority of country music are conservative voters, Republican voters. So of course they're going to talk about that and always defend these quote unquote the real country artists and things like that. I mean, give me a break. I will say a dear friend of mine made an inside joke about that's why she won. She won it was the Grammy Awards, not the CMA Awards. I'm like, oh, shots fired. But no, Beyonce deserves the success. I saw the halftime show during the Christmas Day game in Houston. It was great. It was really phenomenal. And like I said, she's gonna get criticized by a lot of folks. There's people in my family saying, why couldn't she just kind of stay in her genre rather than now somebody that was on the cusp of being here is like, now you have basically the queen of music in this sense coming to our genre, now making it hard for us to win the award. She's like, just like she has 35. Like, I guess people are just saying, why just chillax, B. Why do you have to keep on making so many hits? It's like, just get over it, people. Get over it. Get over it. Let me see. Do I have any time for our next one? I might not. No, I don't think. Let me see. I got about 4 minutes. I probably should. Let me go ahead and move it on real quickly to our next story. So I might need to finish this towards the end, but recently, and I'm trying to see whose side is, what side is the NFL on this, but Roger Goodell recently had shared that, hey, look, the NFL will not be changing its stances on DEI. And is it okay? And so there has been with the new administration asking or making an executive order for companies to end their DEI programs and policies. I mentioned on the last show that our my very own Virginia Attorney General is signing letters and petitions for like companies like Costco's to please end their DEI policy. Here's the thing. I'm glad that there's companies that are staying put and that are not basically going back on their past promises. They're practicing what they preach. Here's the thing. The NFL is the most that all their talent comes from people of color. All right, let's be honest. So when it comes to diversity programs, especially on a higher level, they're saying, okay, no, look, we want to bless those with executive position because hell, they're the reason why it's making this much money. They were amazing athletes. They know the sport. They know the game. Goodell said he doesn't believe the NFL policies to promote diversity are in conflict with the President Donald Trump's administration efforts to ban diversity, equity, inclusion programs in the federal government. The NFL has rules in place that requires teams to interview diverse candidates for key coaching and front office positions as part of the Rooney Rule that has been in place for more than 2 decades. And I quote, it says here, our policies have been designed to be well within the law, well within the practice. There are no quotas in our system. This is about opening the funnel and bringing the best talent into the NFL. Opening the funnel, equal opportunity. How many times do I have to say equal opportunity? So I want to congratulate Roger Goodell for that. I want to continue this story, y'all, because there was a story. I think it was by the let me see, who was it reported by? It was reported by the Athletic HQ. Says that the NFL will be removing end racism messages from the Super Bowl end zone. That's where I kind of question, okay, are you saying that you're going to continue to put forth your messaging, or are you taking it away? Because like, why are you taking away that message, end racism? That's a positive message. You want to end racism. Once again, majority of the athletes are Black athletes. People probably have called them out their names in the past. So why are you taking that message? I'm curious, but I'll talk a little more about it on the next show, my friends. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in Monday through Fridays, available on all digital and streaming platforms, okay? 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays, on all digital and streaming platforms. Follow us on our Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as Substack. I will continue to give you great content as best as we can. I thank you so much. Again, don't forget, we're also available now on Patreon with some exclusive content on there. So, see you next time, my friends. Peace and blessings. I'm out.